You remember the Amul girl, right? The tiny tune that never missed a headline. That's marketing. It sneaks into culture and stays. Welcome to Beyond the Classrooms, a series where we explore how FIIB students move from studying concept to bringing them alive in the real world. Today's story, a marketer in me. Hi Shan, welcome to our series. You are so deeply into branding and storytelling. How did that journey begin for you?
I think if I recall around my graduation days when it ended around 2021. So around that time, I was actually aspiring to be a journalist. I was working with multiple media houses as freelancers. I was more like a local journalist. So around that time, I was working on social themes and social content. But what I understood that this was not my call. So then I went on to local brands, how other brands are dealing with this. So around that time, I understood that my content has a value, and that value actually had a price beyond it. So the sales team and marketing team of the media houses, they were actually selling that content. So I understood that there's a big, so the word content commerce probably was not very heard around that time, but I personally felt what content commerce is. So I understood that if I know what content is and I know what value it has, then I should be in marketing and make the best use of it.
You've been a student at FIIB, and from being a normal student to leading the student MarComm crew and also heading the brand Rovers club, what has that journey changed for you and what has you learned?
I think if we go back to I think 2017-18 when I was just a teenager, around that time if someone had asked Ishan, would you do marketing, I would have always been like, who does marketing? And I personally I always thought marketing is stupid. Basically the wrong word, but currently now if anybody asks me, I think that is what I bleed, that is what I eat, that is what I live. So working in marketing for 3 and 5 years when I was doing my last work experience, so around that time I understood what content was and everything, as I mentioned in my last answer. But what for me MarComm actually means was that I didn't want to lose touch in the 2 years of post graduation. I didn't want to miss out on any opportunities which I had, and I didn't want to miss out on the learnings which I had before, because it changes, it's very dynamic. So I think now being as a MarComm student head and also the brand rovers committee, I think I call for marketing overall, and in FIIB I particularly think that I'm bringing on the community of marketing together, and going forward when they all will be future managers, I would be the one I would be very happy to see all around.
Right, lovely. So, how has all of this, like, being in Marcom, being in the Brand Rovers Club, also going to UEF Vietnam for
Mm.
your global immersion program, how has all of this aligned with your career goals and what are your plans?
So I think my career goals are pretty clear now, which were not before. So I think now I know what I actually want to do. This was it. This is very different from what I had in my mind when I was 21 years old. Now I know what I want to do, and all these are steps until I reach my destination. And all these steps have actually, they're not comparable. They all are same. They all have their own values. They have their own charm. I think, be it the Vietnam immersion progress, be it brand rovers, having a community of over 300 students, I think all that is a stepping stone, and we'll see in our journey how that ends.
Nice. On a similar note, you went to Vietnam, you had the privilege to present to the Consul General of India, and you
Mm.
also went to Heineken, interacting with industrialists and, exploring new places. So, how was it and what stood out the most for you?
I think about the consulate general. So we had the opportunity to present a case, and our case was about VinFast, a Vietnamese car brand. They are planning to launch in India. So they wanted to understand from a management students' perspective that how would you actually bring the difference? That will it work or not? So I think the title of our case was "Will VinFast win?" So we gave them suggestions. We gave them what the current scenarios is. We applied all management principles. We applied a few marketing principles to it, and the consulate general really liked the idea, and they wanted us to pitch it to the management team in India. So I think that we would work upon. And I think the overall I wanted to experience the culture. I wanted to understand how international marketing works, and what a better way to be in a country which is so diverse, which is so dynamic. So being in a communist country, we thought that we would probably not see brands or we'd not see much marketing, but that's not the case. I think Vietnam is growing very fast, and we've been to the Heineken Experience Center. And the Heineken Experience Center, we got the opportunity to see how a European brand is actually working in a communist country, and how they have adapted themselves. How Vietnam is the largest supplier to beers in all of Southeast Asia. So I think that culture and understanding how the leadership actually wants the world to see Vietnam, all that really helped me.
Thank you, Ishan. Thank you for being here. We're excited to see where this journey takes you. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. This was our series, episode 2 of Beyond Classrooms.